Hey Sohan, I've been thinking about improving my English speaking skills. Any tips on how to speak English effectively?
Sure, Mohan. Practice is key. Try speaking in English as much as possible, even with friends and family.
That sounds good, but I'm worried about making mistakes.
Don't be afraid of mistakes, Mohan. They're a part of learning. Just keep practicing and you'll get better.
Okay, any specific resources or books you recommend?
Watching English movies, reading books, and using language learning apps can help. Also, join an English speaking club if possible.
Thanks, Sohan. I'll start with these suggestions and work on my English skills. Sohan, I've started practicing more, but I still struggle with pronunciation. Any tips for improving that?
Pronunciation can be tricky, Mohan. Try listening to native English speakers and mimic their pronunciation.
Any online resources for that?
YouTube has many pronunciation tutorials. You can also use apps like Duolingo or websites like Forvo to hear words pronounced correctly.
Great, I'll check those out. What about building vocabulary?
Reading books and articles in English is a good way to expand your vocabulary. Also, use flashcards or vocabulary apps for regular practice.
Thanks, Sohan. I'll keep working on it. Any other advice?
Keep a journal to write in English daily and find a language partner to practice conversations regularly. Consistency is key.
I appreciate your help, Sohan. I'll follow these tips and stay committed to improving my English.
You're welcome, Mohan. Best of luck and don't give up. You'll get better with time and effort.
Sohan, one more thing I've noticed is that I sometimes struggle with understanding native speakers when they talk fast. How can I improve my listening skills?
That's a common challenge, Mohan. To enhance your listening skills, start by watching English shows or movies with subtitles to help you follow along.
That's a good idea. Should I also try listening to podcasts?
Absolutely. Podcasts are a great way to expose yourself to various accents and speaking speeds. Choose topics you're interested in.
Any particular English accents or dialects I should focus on?
It's a good idea to expose yourself to different accents, like British, American, Australian, etc. It'll make you more versatile in understanding English.
Thanks, Sohan. I'll incorporate these strategies into my routine.
You're welcome, Mohan. Remember, patience and consistent practice are the keys to improvement. Keep at it, and you'll see progress.
Sohan, I've been working on my English for a while now, and I'm feeling more confident, but I still get nervous when speaking in public. Any advice on overcoming this anxiety?
It's common to feel nervous, Mohan. One way to overcome it is to practice speaking in front of a mirror or record yourself. Gradually, you'll build confidence.
That makes sense. What about speaking in front of a real audience?
Start small, like speaking in front of friends or a small group. As you gain confidence, you can tackle larger audiences or public speaking events.
Do you have any tips for maintaining fluency during public speaking?
Take deep breaths, speak slowly and clearly, and practice pauses. It helps maintain fluency and keeps your nerves in check.
Thanks, Sohan. I'll work on these strategies to become a more confident English speaker.
You're on the right track, Mohan. Keep practicing and don't be too hard on yourself. You'll improve over time.
Sohan, I've been practicing English a lot, but sometimes I struggle with finding the right words in the middle of a conversation. Any advice on improving my fluency?
Mohan, that's normal, and it happens to everyone. To improve fluency, expand your vocabulary by learning new words daily and using them in conversations.
That sounds helpful. Are there any techniques for thinking faster in English?
Try thinking in English as much as possible. This can help you respond more quickly during conversations, as your brain becomes accustomed to the language.
Good point. And what about handling complex topics in English?
When discussing complex topics, break them down into simpler points. It's easier to explain and understand step by step, even in English.
Thanks for the advice, Sohan. I'll work on these aspects to become a more fluent English speaker.
You're welcome, Mohan. Keep practicing, and remember, improvement takes time. You're making great progress.
Sohan, I've been thinking about taking an English proficiency test, like a TOEFL or IELTS. Any tips on how to prepare effectively for these exams?
Preparing for English proficiency tests is a good idea, Mohan. Start by getting familiar with the test format and practice with official study materials provided by the testing organizations.
Are there any specific sections I should focus on?
Both TOEFL and IELTS have sections for reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Focus on your weaker areas, but also aim for balance in your practice.
What about time management during the exam?
Time management is crucial. Practice with time limits to get used to pacing yourself, and make sure to allocate enough time for each section.
Thanks for the guidance, Chuhan. I'll start preparing and aim for a good score in the test.
You're welcome, Mohan. Best of luck with your preparation, and I'm sure you'll do well in the exam.